Morning, Nick.
Morning, Dominic. How are you?
I had my coffee this morning, so we're doing good.
I had some coffee as well, so that's very good.
It is. What did we talk about today?
Dude, so today we talked about...
read about today?
Well, we talked about a lot. So we covered today the listing section of the MREA. So we're covering those 16 topics. When you're implementing the 4 models of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, there's 16 common pieces that are hurdles that agents need to get over as they're working through this.
Right, and you keep hearing listings, leads, and leverage over and over again, so there's a reason why we're talking about it over and over again. It's just pretty important. So the four topics on listings we read about today were knowing the minimum number of seller listings you must list each month. So knowing, how many homes you need to be listing to meet your goals, and that's obviously through the economic model, right?
Through the economic model, and it talks about, so work backwards. Okay, what is your net income at the end of the year that you're working towards? And okay, well, let's work backwards. Take your taxes out, take all your expenses out, any buyer splits out. So work backwards to get those seller listings, and then listing the number of homes that you need to list each month. And they talk about the difference between the successful millionaire real estate agents versus everyone else. They are hyper focused on those goals, hyper focused on the number of seller listings they need to take to hit those goals. And by the way, Dominic,
so they're accountable, right?
They're hyper focused and accountable.
So there's a difference between knowing how many listings you need to take and actually taking that many listings. And so it's either ramping up if you're not meeting your goals or making adjustments. It is holding yourself accountable though, because it is a difference. You can have a goal on the wall and you have to be able to follow through with this. It's two different things.
Well, exactly. And
buying into or having your team buy into the concept of the importance of the seller listings is another big factor in all of this. And they give examples of a team that took their entire a team leader that took their entire team on a cruise because they
hit their goals. They made it public and they held each other accountable to it, and the team bought in. Versus
well, it's an easy example with people say, like, weight loss is a common thing where someone says, maybe they have a resolution or a goal for the end of the year or beginning of the year, whatever it is, to lose X number of pounds in 6 months or something, right? Now, if you're the only person that knows that and you haven't told anything about it or anybody about it, is pretty easy to kind of loosen up on those goals or forget about it. But if I've told every single person in the office, hey, this is my goal, this is what I'm doing, I'm sure a few of them are going to be checking out.
Oh, hey Dominic, how are you doing on your goal to lose that weight?
Exactly. So it is. The more people that know about your goals, the easier it is to hold yourself accountable with it through them and with yourself.
Absolutely. So. And then the last piece is, well, getting your clients to accept the team concept. So in terms of one person can only do one thing, and then having a highly specialized individuals. And I love the analogy, when you go to the doctor's office, do you expect the doctor that might be performing surgery on you, are you expecting them to fill out your patient information form? Are you expecting them to fill out the insurance stuff and submit an insurance claim? No, you expect them...
scheduling your next appointment, all those things, right? No, they're the ones that are there focused specifically on the surgery, right?
So it talks about, making sure that you're tailoring your scripts and your presentations around your group model, because having a team of specialized individuals is actually a way to improve your client and customer service. And it's not just about providing that service, it's about wowing your clients. That having each individual specialized in their specific tasks are actually going to be a benefit to your client. And how do you articulate that?
Right, and yeah, making sure you do have the scripts of the teams following to make sure that your sellers are buying into the team concept and realizing the importance of it, and that they do have a main contact point, whether that's an admin or a listing coordinator or whatever that happens to be, so they know who do they need to be talking to. What's the last part?
The last part is consistently marketing your seller listings. Why do you consistently market those seller listings, Dominic?
Well, a correctly marketed seller listing is an opportunity for another seller listing and a buyer listing. When we say buyer listing, that means like a buyer agency agreement. And we know that's something we need to continue to work on, because especially in a hot market like we're in now, meaning the homes are selling really, really quickly, it's easy to forget about that or to just miss that opportunity if you're not marketing correctly, because we have homes that go pending in a day or two or a week or something like that, and that does not give you a lot of time to market the neighborhood correctly, market your sphere correctly and stuff for that home. So you need to make sure you're consistently doing that regardless of the market.
And perhaps if the market's more of a seller's market, you need to increase the efficiency or the speed at which you're marketing your listing. So if you're doing any postcards, door knocking, circle prospecting, you might need to do it a little bit quicker in a seller's market versus in a buyer's market. You might have a little bit more time. So again,
Correct.
adjust that.
But also, you need to adjust in a buyer's market or in a buyer's market, because your time the listing is going to be on the market is going to be longer. Your expenses are going to be higher and things like that. So all of you always have to be adjusting. They kept saying in there, know your market, right? So. Anything else to add to that?
So I think that's what we got today. We went a little bit long on this video.
Though. Those were some good things in this one. So
This is kind of the meat and potatoes. So excited for the next stuff. Until next time, thanks so much.
Yep.